Welcome. Welcome. I'm really glad you're here. This is going to be a special edition of the Simple Steps to Peace live stream number 29. I'm Jeff Hicks. I help, I guide seekers inward using thoughts, feelings, and behaviors as doorways opening to deeper knowing. And with our living, we have greater clarity, deeper peace. Today's quote comes from birthday boy Woody Harrelson, the actor. You may have remembered him on, what was that? I don't even remember the name of the show about the bar. But he was on that show, yeah, I guess. Okay, and he said, a grown-up is a child with layers on. A grown-up is a child with layers on. And when I work with clients, when we start talking about what they'd like to change in their life, oftentimes they don't know what they want to do with their living. They feel unfulfilled. How they're spending their time doesn't feel right. And they want to desperately live a life with meaning. One tool for discovering what you want to do with your life, because that is the first step, is to decide how you want to live your living, is to look back to your childhood, maybe age 10 or so. Maybe for you it's a little younger or a little older. Notice, what did you want to do when you grew up, when you were age 10? Just pause for a moment now. Step back into you as age 10 and notice, what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you feeling as a 10-year-old? What did you desire? And what did that 10-year-old see, hear, and feel in the future that was full of possibility? For me, it was being a writer. For you, it might be an artist or a teacher or an astronaut or a police officer, mechanical engineer. It could have been most anything. But what is it for you? My parents gave me a old Royal typewriter, a portable typewriter in a really hard case. And I went to the local office supply store and bought a new ribbon for it. Got some scrap paper from my father's work, and I typed furiously on that thing. Created many, many pages writing. That's what I was doing at age 10. What were you dreaming of at age 10? Well, to our theme, a grown-up is a child with layers on, stuff happened. I got told, oh, you're not a very good writer. Oh, you can't make money writing. Oh, this, oh, that. But. So I kind of let the writing thing go. I didn't do much of it for a long time. Then I said, well, wait a minute. I really do enjoy this. So I started writing again. And you can see my writing on Facebook, where I take a theme, like a grown-up is a child with layers on, and I riff on that. I write a story or an expansion of it. What would you like to do with your dream at age 10? Maybe it's cook, bake. Maybe it's create art. Maybe you dreamed of being a writer too, or a teacher, or a mechanic, or something else. Notice the parts that come up and say, oh, but, you can't do that. Woody Harrelson there calls them layers. Go back to the child. Notice the excitement that you felt about that one thing. Step into that excitement now. See what an excited person doing your thing sees. What do you hear? How do you feel in your body when you're imagining yourself being that? How do we make this practical? Now, this is veering off the topic just a little bit. Woody says there's layers, and you might think that you have to, like an onion, peel away layers in order to get what you want. Well, that's one metaphor. That's one way to make this practical, but I suggest that you skip all the layer crap and go right to it, right after you listen to this live stream. What would you do right now? What is the first step you would do to be that thing that you desired when you were young? Was it creating? Was it painting, drawing, writing? What was it? And then notice the first step that has to happen in order for you to do that thing now. Maybe it's go grab a piece of paper, some colored pencils, and create. Maybe it's go to the kitchen and bake that cake. Maybe it's if you wanted to be a mechanic and fix things, you notice something that's broken and you fix it. Grabbing the tools that you've got available, maybe even going to the hardware store and getting what you need, going to the art store, going to the grocery store, whatever it is. Skip the peeling of the onion and just step into it and do it now. That's how we can make this practical. If you're feeling like a grown-up with a child inside and the child is all covered with layers, I suggest allowing that child to step out right now and do their thing. And you will notice that when you take that first step, that everything changes. You'll notice that there is something available at all times when we are doing what that child knew they wanted to do. There is congruence. Conflict seems to fall away. And when we are congruent with what we are, let's call it designed to do, when we are in congruence without conflict and we are being that, there is a peace that you can notice now, a peace that passes understanding. There's no way to understand it. But we can be it. It's got no definition, no boundary, no limit. It's just the peace that's in, around, and throughout all. And I invite you to step into and have this peace right now. I invite you to step into and be this peace now. And I invite you, as you go through your day encountering situations, people, things that might seem to be a conflict, that you notice that this peace is available as a response. And as opposed to some sort of reaction, a reaction from some sort of layer, that you respond in peace. I do hope this serves you. Click that like button. Share this with a friend who says, I'm going to be an artist. I'm going to do this someday, and never does. Share this with them and allow them to know that they can step into and have and be their child and what they dreamed of, despite the layers, despite any thoughts that may occur. And I will talk with you again soon.